So welcome to this new video. Today I wanted to quickly show my personalized email generator in Make.com and just show you how you can replicate it and how it works, and in general how to do it, because I've seen a couple of NADN builds before with lots of HTTP request scrapes, etc., and using that data. But in my build, I especially leverage Perplexity to do all the research and compose my emails. So the trigger is a Google Sheets module. I have it go to my lead scraper with all my lead information. Then that is inputted to Perplexity. So in Perplexity I use Stoner as a model, since it's not the most expensive one, but for me it has worked quite well. You can go to like Pro or Reasoning, but I don't think Reasoning and Deep Research is especially excluded for writing emails. So then I have a system prompt of "You're a helpful, intelligent email assistant. Your task is to write highly personalized outreach emails." Then I have a user prompt. Then your task is to write a highly personalized outreach email. Personalized outreach email. And then you return your email in the following format. And then I have my format for the email, which is "Hey, first name. We haven't been properly introduced yet, but my name is Aaron. I help teams implement AI into their workflow and streamline the repetitive parts of their workflow without changing what already works. I came across," and then I have a specific reference, for example, a post about scaling, etc., a specific pain point or a thing in their business. And it reminded me of a few clients who were in the same spot before, automating parts of their workflow. Thought it might be helpful to share how they freed up and then X amount of hours a week, or improve reporting accuracy, etc., using small custom automations. Do you have time over the next week or two to learn more? Let me know what works for you and I'll send you a calendar invite. So that's my outreach email. This part, the variable parts here and then here, this will be filled in based on the data of the Perplexity search. And this you can generate as well by Perplexity if you don't have any case studies yet, or you can enter a case study you've done in the past and show your accomplishments. Then it has some general rules, because sometimes the AI likes to hallucinate or diverge from this format if I don't have the rules. So make sure to use a format when constructing the emails, so it will 100% of the time use this format. Use break tags for each paragraph, which will be handy for the Gmail module, specifically for me, since I use Gmail. If you use Outlook or anything else, I think it is the same. It uses HTML formatting as well. This is just for the formatting, so the emails look nice when I send them. And then for me specifically, no need to say goodbye or do kind regards, since I will insert my Gmail signature at the end, which is new with the new Gmail v4 module. And then shorten the company name wherever possible. So if you have a company called xyz.agency, like this, leave out the agency, so you don't have their business names in full all the time, since you won't tell to people, "Hey, I saw you worked for XYZ marketing agency," and you will say, "I saw you worked for XYZ." And then for the variables, I asked to focus on small, non-obvious things, to paraphrase. So it looks like you and I, or we dove deep into their website and did lots of research on them. And then it's also important that it doesn't take the basic stuff from the first page, but it really digs deep into their website. And then I also added write in English because sometimes it picked the language of the site, but I want to do my outreach to be in English. And then only output the email, nothing else. So we don't have, here is the email you asked for, and then the codon, and then, that. And then I have an assistant step, which is the email filled out. You can easily do this, pasting the template into ChatGPT, Gemini, Cloud, whatever, and then ask it to write a fictional email to someone, and then it will fill it in. And then at the end, I have all my Google Sheet mappings for the addressed person, their first name, their headline, organization name, website URL, especially important for Perplexity, LinkedIn URL, company, LinkedIn, and their country. Just some information for Perplexity to use, and feel free to add any additional information if you'd like. Then max tokens, and I set temperature to 0.8, since for me that worked the best. Now when you save, I also did ignore, because sometimes we have some issues where there are variables missing, like a first name maybe, or a website URL or a LinkedIn URL, but then they can still be processed. Then I have my OpenAI module to generate the subject line. Why don't I do this in the Perplexity one? Because Perplexity is more expensive, and I just use a cheap GPT-5 mini for this. And then I have as a system message, you are an expert email subject line writer. Then as a user message, I wanted to write a subject line in the following format. I use this format since I saw it somewhere in the video, someone explaining it, and it has been working quite well for me because it stands out from everything else in their inbox. So you do an interesting factor thing about the receiver, about, wow, nice spelling, about receiver, plus other factor thing, and then plus my company name, plus Igloo Solutions. And then make sure the variables are personalized and will stand in their inbox, and then to only use keywords, not sentences. And then I output it in JSON, subject line, and then subject line goes there. I'm sorry. And then I have all the information again with the name, the headline, or the URL, the country, the industry, and then also the Perplexity research, and then as a JSON object. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this can search the web, but I'm not sure. That's why I have the search results from Perplexity. And then it comes all together in the Gmail module, where we map the email from my lead scraper, then the subject line from ChatGPT, and then the message content, which can be found here at choices, message, and then content, and that's the text from my email with then the break tags to have it separated nicely. And at the bottom I have my signature. Here I also have an ignore step because sometimes there are some weird errors, but I don't want the scenario to completely stop. Then I add my lead to my CRM here in Google Sheet as well, or you can have Airtable, HubSpot, anything else with all the information. And then I also have it, so I map first name, last name, because sometimes the full name is not available, and then I have an empty space, as you might have seen before. And then the language, because I'm from Belgium, sometimes there will be Dutch people for me to know, so if the country or the business is Belgium, then I will have the language of the person in Dutch, and otherwise in English. And then contacted, lead source, and then contact info, role, website, or their business with the URL, the last email I sent them, which is the cold outreach, and then I will do the date last contacted as formatted like this in a day, month, year format. And then I delete the lead from the scraper, so it's not duplicated. So yeah, I think that's everything explained. You can always comment down below if you want to receive the scenario, and then I will send it to you. I will share it. So yeah, hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.